One of the things that makes Dragon Age 2 really unique, that makes each individual playthrough really unique, is how different the classes play. In Dragon Age Origins, playing as a two-handed rogue versus or two-handed warrior versus a sword and shield warrior wasn't really that different. They feel very different in Dragon Age 2. The dual-wielding rogue is the fastest class in the game. You're just like ninja attacks all of the time, doing backflips in the air, throwing down a smoke bomb to sort of disguise your disappearance, and then showing up behind a guy and shanking him in the back. Whereas the archer is a slower playing class with a whole lot of knockback power and the ability to affect large areas. The only class besides mages that can cast ranged area of effect attacks. So there's a great variety there. And one of the things that we have is a cross-class combo system where a warrior can inflict the stagger status effect, or a mage can make an enemy brittle, or a rogue can disorient an enemy. And then any class besides that class can then exploit that. One of the things that you find in Dragon Age 2 is if you play on casual or normal, the game really feels like an action RPG, where you're primarily playing in real time, and you're playing with a fairly limited set of abilities. You have as many abilities as someone who's playing on a higher level does, but you find that you're using the same ones over and over again. Whereas when you play on hard or nightmare, I'm doing a hard playthrough right now, and it's a lot of fun. It's really back to the tactical Dragon Age Origins experience, where you're doing a lot of pausing, considering your situation, deciding which enemies have to go down first so that you don't get overwhelmed. We have a lot of wave fights, where you've got 10 guys, and then once you've got rid of 7 of those guys, another 10 guys show up. And you kind of have to make sure that you're dealing with the greatest threats at any one given time, which doesn't even mean the most powerful guys, but the guys who've gone aggro on your mage, because your mage is the only guy who's keeping the party alive. And then you find that, warriors and rogues quite often have fairly limited stamina pools. They can't use that many abilities at any one time, so even if you buy a lot of abilities for them, they're overwhelmed with choice. They can maybe pop 2 abilities in a fight, but they've got 5, so what are you going to do? So what we've done there is each of the talent schools, instead of having just 4 abilities in a straight chain like before, now it's sort of constellation-like system, where 1 ability might unlock 2 more abilities, or 2 abilities might be required to unlock a 3rd ability. Many of those abilities will have upgrade abilities, so that you're using the same amount of mana or stamina to use the ability, but it's more powerful than it was before. Not just greater damage, but now it affects a 10-meter radius, or a 10-meter circumference, diameter, instead of 5. Or now it's putting down an obscure effect that helps your allies hide from enemy attacks while they're inside this cloud. In Dragon Age 2, instead of requiring that you become friendly with all of your party members for fear of them leaving your party as they would in Origins if you made them too angry, we've introduced a system that really encourages you to be consistent in your leadership. If you are continually taking stances that offend, say, Aveline, that's okay, as long as you're consistent and she realizes that you are a leader who she can come to rely on. At least she knows where you're going. Essentially, instead of just becoming a friend with her, you can become a friend or a rival. And the aim is just not to be a sort of middle ground kind of guy who's continually taking 2 steps this way and 2 steps this way. You want to push Aveline towards friendship or towards rivalry. Once you get sufficiently far along these tracks, you get free passive abilities for the followers that will improve their abilities in combat, either in a sort of friendly way or a rivalrous way. They're different abilities depending on which direction you're going in. Just a reminder that Dragon Age 2 is out March 8th in North America, March 11th in Europe, on PC, Xbox 360, PS3, and Macintosh. Also, there's a downloadable demo available late February on PC, Xbox 360, and PS3, so anyone can check it out for free, and you'll unlock some great in-game items in Dragon Age 2 just for playing the demo.